Hello, my dear listeners. In this video, I will be covering recent silver news. I will talk about available silver above ground supply and controversy about this subject, and we'll look in a silver chart and give my opinion about all those metrics. And nothing, of course, of this is financial advice. It's for educational purpose only. So the first, I'm surprised that nobody is really covering this, but there is important statement from the state of Florida. Let's listen.
We are going to utilize our authority under the Constitution in the state of Florida to make sure that gold and silver are recognized as proper legal tender. So you're going to be able to conduct transactions in gold, conduct transactions in silver, and we'll talk about why that's important. But before...
Okay. So I want to just, this is DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and this is a first major big state that put gold and silver as a legal tender, because, well, something later he said in his video that they are concerned about dollar being devalued and by money printing. Okay, so it's a very important trend about monetization and supporting silver demand. Now, of course, we need to talk about the supply if we want to have, you know, sense of what is going on with the silver price. Well, the number that comes out from Silver Institute, 19.3 billion, and when I take this, it's not all in the investment form. I think it's in form of jewelry and different items that could be recovered. But if I multiply this by 35 American dollars per ounce, I get 675 billion. Estimate what's it's worth, and this is 16 times of annual production. Despite that we are in deficit, if you rely on this number, there is tons and tons of silver available to satisfy the deficit right now. Nothing to be excited about. Now, if you go to the CPM group, which specialize in about precious metals and the selling the ebooks and different reports, they have a different estimate here at 6.5 billion, which is already much better.
5.5 billion ounces of refined silver in above ground inventories, mostly in implied unreported stocks. This is data that we have, some of it going back thousands of years. We have cumulative mine production, secondary recovery, fabrication demand, and investment demand in our silver yearbook in the review and outlook. We have this data going back through antiquity. Most of the production has been since the Industrial Revolution, circa 1850, and it has been relatively regular. We have calculated the supply and demand over time, and we have good data that suggests that going into 1970, about the time our research operation was formed, there was probably about 4.8 billion ounces of silver in refined inventories that were unreported. Some of them were corporate fabricators and refiners. A lot of it was held by banks and merchants who lent it out to fabricators, and a lot of it was held by investors. Now, starting in the mid-'80s, we saw official coins being created. I'm proud to say that we were involved, I was personally involved in creating and organizing the Silver Eagle in the United States and the Silver Maple Leaf and the silver coins in
Anyway, so I'm inviting you to watch this 1 hour video. It's very valuable material if you investing in silver or planning to invest in silver. Very valuable statistics and materials so to consider. It's going to be linked in the description of the video. Now I getting the habit of using the DeepSeek, artificial intelligence, and the most accurate estimate approximately 2.5 to 3 billion troy ounces. Investor holding 1.5 billion, industrial government supplies 500 million to 1 billion, jewelry and silverware, top matches. It's not easy recoverable. Okay, so So basically available will be about 2.5 million. Well, they also talk about Silver Institute again, which is pointing out about 19.3 billion ounces, and here we have 2.5 to 3 billion ounces. Another report says 6.5 billion ounces. Okay, so annual consumption, solar 600 million, jewelry and silverware 250 million, investment coins and bar 300 million. That's the number that most people agrees. Well, structural deficit since 2019. Industrial demand is rising 14% annually. Last year was more modest increase, but well, positive statistic, but still lots of inventory available. 2.5 million ounces to satisfy the deficit. So we could have 10 to 20 years of the deficit, unless the monetary demand will increase. Now I go to Silver Institute and I pull this from their website. This report talks about the deficit about 149 million ounces in 2024. Well, different statistics. I'm gonna link that to. I'm not gonna read that in the video. You can. I'm just want to share it like in this video. Share my sources, and then you can investigate this further. Well, industrial demand reaches a record 680 million ounces in 2024. So, which is good. Now we have opinion of Mike Maloney about what could cause the silver go to triple-digit number.
Also, for all of the base metals, and 60% of silver's mining capacity is as a byproduct from mining these base metals. So at the same time that the economy slows down, so does silver production. And if there's monetary demand, if investors want silver, if they're scared of the dollar or scared of bonds, there's a supply shortage then. There's even less that comes to market. It's monetary demand that's going to cause the triple-digit silver that we're headed toward. Hi, everyone. Well, guess what? Dan Rubach, our producer, just dropped.
So we have again if, but okay, silver demand was 300 million ounces, and we have 2.5 billion ounces available. So really, to squeeze it and to go like to the stockpile of investor stockpile that we are all like silver stackers hope for, we need, I would say, about 1 billion ounces, which is, in my opinion, it's possible. Like tripling of the investment demand suddenly, because in case of the dollar crisis, we see we need urgent. There's an urgent need of replace the store of value, or it could be transactional use also. So, but it's all if, but the money is made, in my opinion. Where is the risk? If there is no risk, there is no profit. So if you decide to invest in anything, including silver, and you're hoping for the return, there's always a risk that it's not going to happen. Well, we see recently we kind of coiling here. Lots of people are anticipating $36, $37, which is, I hope if it's reached, maybe it's going to be sustained and continue up from there. Or it's going to be temporary spike and decline just to liquidate some short squeeze. If there is a really big amount of shorts going to be in the silver market. Weekly chart, not much action in silver recently. On the monthly chart, we see we still quite a bit to go to this high of 2011. Some people anticipating possibility in this year to reach that, but it all depends how the dollar crisis goes. And in my opinion, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I also watching gold silver ratio, of course, that over 100. that indicates the financial crisis. Usually, like when we have a ratio, silver ratio over 100 to gold, it's something that unusual. It's very unusual. It's not normal. So there is lots of metrics, and lots of analysts agree on higher prices, some modestly higher prices, some excessively higher prices. So definitely something to have in the portfolio, something to consider. Well, for I'm more on the bullish side. Over the years being invested in silver, I get kind of, also my disappointments many times in the silver performance, like everyone who's been in this market a long time. But maybe it's this time, we have very serious monetary crisis on our hands. Thanks for watching. Please comment and like the video to support my work.